Good evening. Cluttered heart. Back up. Cluttered space. Cluttered mind. Cluttered heart. I was watching Rachel Hollis the other day and realized that one of her very most important things that she says to help you get on track is to make sure your environment is well maintained, your personal space. Last week, we talked about keeping track of your physical desk space. This week, we're going to talk about the digital workspace. My name is Suzanne Golick. I am so excited to be here on the social media and online business tribe. I am one of your moderators, as well as, I apologize, as well as a mermaid ambassador and part of the lady tribe. So I am so excited to be here. It is always a privilege to be in this particular group working with other like-minded individuals. Hey Keith, how are you? It is good to see you tonight. We're talking about cleaning up your digital workspace. One of the things that I learned from Rachel Hollis over this last week is something I've always known, but I didn't realize it was part of her motivational help you get yourself together. And part of that is making sure that your environment is well maintained. And one of the things that came to mind is a cluttered space is a cluttered mind, which then clutters your heart. And we're working so hard on our businesses for so many different reasons. The majority of those reasons tend to be our family. And here it is, we're keeping things cluttered and we're not allowing ourselves to give all of our best. And this really does work with our business. During the month of January, I talked a whole lot about goals and goal building and business growth using goals. This month we're working about organizing. Last week talked about the physical workspace. This week is digital. And then next week we're also going to be talking about now starting to organize our content. So let's get to working on our digital organization. It is super important. We use our phones, our tablets, our computers non-stop. And hands up, how many of us, hey Keith, well, you know what? We'll need to talk because I do have a challenge that I'm putting together, and hopefully you'll be able to join me when we do that. But hands up, how many of us have apps that we've downloaded that we have not used in the last, I'm going to say 2 weeks. But usually every time we download an app, we know within 48 hours to 5 days whether we're actually going to use that app. Now, there are some apps that we do have on our phones, and I'm going to say like PixArt. PixArt's one of the apps I have on my phone. I have a lot of other photo creation things that I do on my computer, but there are times I need to use PixArt off my phone. So even though I don't use it regularly, I do know it is something important. But I also had Canva on my phone. I never use Canva on my phone. So I dumped that app. Go through your apps. And the best times to do this, believe it or not, is to go through your apps when you're sitting in line. Like, you know when this is. You're standing in line at the grocery store and somebody's got, 3 carts and all that stuff. Flip through your apps. Go through and start deleting the things you don't need. And I kind of went a little bit backwards. I didn't want to start with apps. What I wanted to start with, actually, is our computer. Hey, Karen! Is our phone home screen as well as our computer desktop. When we open our phone, a lot of times everything is there because when we download an app, it lands on the home screen and then you're supposed to move it. And so it's so important to organize those a little bit. And that's why we want to get rid of those extra apps. But cleaning up that home screen so it's a clean slate isn't so stressful when you go to open it to find something. So that's your home screen on your phone. On your computer desktop, the same thing. I am, one of my things is I will always download something to the desktop. I hate it going into the downloads file. So after a week of downloading stuff to my desktop, it's just this crazy collage of junk. So I have to take the time to go through and clean off my desktop because, again, when you open your computer screen, if you've got junk all over the place, it makes it very, very hard to think clearly as to what step you're needing to take. There's multiple ways to do it. There's general organized chaos, and I agree with this organizational method, and I think it's really, really important because there are those who need to just know that it's in the Facebook folder. It's just in the Facebook folder and they can scroll and find what they need. And then there's people like me who it's in the Facebook folder, but now it's in the social media and online business tribe folder, and it's on this and it's not. I mean, like I have to get all the way down to the specifics. Keith said she needed more space on her phone. Yeah, that makes more room for photos, right, Keith? And yeah, too many of them will definitely suck the power off your phone. So dumping the apps is really important. So now that we've gotten our spaces clear, we've gotten our home screen clear, we've gotten our desktop clear on our computer, we've gotten rid of some of the apps. Let's go down to now the internet. We use so many different browsers, but every browser has a bookmarks feature. And the same thing happens with our bookmarks that we do with our apps. And what happens on the desktop, we just start dumping them. And then we have, 50, 60 bookmarks. I can't even tell you how many bookmarks I have. I have them for groups. I have them for pages. I have them for different app processes I need. I have them for, bookmarks are crazy. So you got to go through bookmarks as well and start cleaning those out because you downloaded it for a reason or you bookmarked it for a reason, but have you gone back to it in the last 2 weeks, in the last month? Have you gone back to that bookmark? If not, chuck it. You don't need to see all that clutter because having to go through each individual line really does draw on your mental state. And it also takes time. It may not seem like a lot, but it does. As a matter of fact, I was looking for something just this evening and I was like, I've got to clean out these bookmarks. And I knew that, but haven't had the time to do it. But it only takes 10 minutes. Every day, 10 minutes before you start or when you finish your day, clean something out. All right, the very, very last thing we're going to talk about cleaning out our digital workspace happens to be our photos. Photos are huge. We have thousands of photos now. But the very first thing I'm going to suggest when you go through your photos, again, 10 minutes. Don't take any more than 10 minutes, or when you're sitting at the doctor's office, or when you're standing in line, or you're on hold for something on a phone. This is the time to do this, not taking away from your day. Go through and dump the junk photos. And we know what the junk photos are. We needed to take a picture of a bottle for some reason because we needed to know what it is that we needed to pick up at the store. So we take a picture of a bottle. We're comparing prices on something. So we take a picture of this and a picture of that. We're comparing ingredients. The same thing. So we start taking pictures. They're junk photos. We know they're junk photos. Go through and wipe the junk photos. Then you can start figuring out things that are important. Hey, Marty, as you go through your photos, you can start realizing these are all selfies. Selfies. Just start dumping the selfies into a selfie folder. You don't need to organize them, but you can start to realize what you need for content for different things. Family photos, adventure photos, funny photos. Even if it's just in general groups like that, that's enough to help you stay organized. And again, 10 minutes during the day. Moms know that sometimes your sanctuary happens to be the little room that has the bathtub in it and the door, and I won't go any closer than that. Sometimes we need to take our space in our little sanctuary. And you can do it in there. It's not a big deal. So just take some time to clean out that space for you. The other part of that is, Hey, Claudia. Oh, it's so good to see you. Karen actually has a really cool phone. Karen has a Google Pixel phone. If you want to talk to somebody about a really awesome phone and the ability to have millions of pictures, talk to Karen. She's got it. She's got an awesome phone that's got all sorts of space. But speaking of Google, let's kind of take that to another level. Those photos, we all Every one of us, doesn't matter if it's an iPhone, it doesn't matter if it's a Samsung phone, it doesn't matter what kind of phone it is. An Android is what I meant. You can upload to either the iCloud or you can upload to Google Photos. You can create multiple Gmail accounts if you need to. And if you have that many photos that you load all of your photos up and you fill a Google account without having to go upgrade, get another Google account and start uploading your photos. So you get them off your phone and actually into a place that they're stored, and you don't have to worry anymore. And I have lots of people go to me and say, oh my goodness, I'm so afraid that they're not going to be on my phone anymore. That's fine. If you're super worried about that, go to Google on your desktop, not on your phone. On the desktop, go to your Google Photos or your iCloud Photos and start scrolling and make sure they match piece by piece by piece by piece. If they're all uploaded, take them off your phone. You've got to get them off your phone. It's super, super important. You reduce the space, reduce the battery, and mentally, it's just so much easier for you to handle. All right. So tonight was digital workspace. We live in a digital world. We do all of our business digitally, so it's important to keep it organized and intact because we want to have a clear mind. We want to have a clear heart. We want to be able to have these things so we can have clear business growth. Next week, I'm going to start talking about organizing your content, but we had to start with the basics, which was cleaning your physical area, cleaning your desk, cleaning off and decluttering your physical space and then your digital space. And now we're going to start going into our content, which is really, really awesome because it's what we're all kind of trying to do is get to a place where we're organized in that way. Yeah, Karen says she's got all her stuff up on the cloud. So it makes a huge, huge difference. Hold on one second. I'm going to read what he says. Keith, once you've actually uploaded to IG, you can start dumping them because just like, this is something to keep in mind. Once you've uploaded to Instagram, are you planning to reuse that photo again? Are you going to repurpose that photo? Usually we repurpose when we're going to do a throwback. If we're going to repurpose for a throwback, then we're going to pre-plan that and then we can pull it off Google, save it back to our phone and upload it to IG. So there's ways to do that. You don't have to keep all 5,000 photos on your phone. Your throwbacks, and again, here is that organizational method. You've got those stored on your, okay, so if you haven't used it yet, so let me finish explaining the organizational method to that. With your photos, you can always have a throwback file as well, which I think is really, really smart. So you have the selfies and have a throwback file. So if you haven't used it yet, that's fine. Organize those into an IG folder so that you know that you're planning to use those for Instagram, but everything else you start dumping into Google. And then the best part about that too is that once you finish using that photo in Instagram, upload it and dump it. So this way you have a clean thing. Just like, I mean, honestly, just like washing your dishes. If you use it, you wash it, you put it in the rack, and then it gets put away. So the same thing, you take your picture, you use it, you put it away, and it's done. And then that way you're clean, and you're cleaning as you go. Same principles, same major principles. And Marty understands this, she watches Fly Lady. So same principle for how you keep your house clean is the best way to keep your phone clean and your photos in order. If anybody comes across this and has any questions regarding organizational methods, you are welcome to personal message me. I will happily go through and do that. And I'm not huge on self-promotion, but I do offer 20-minute consult calls when it comes to organization. It's not social media based. This is just organizational stuff. If you need help organizing yourself so that you can grow your business, I'm available to do that by Zoom call or by Messenger as well. So I don't like to self-promote. don't think it's fair in this place, but this is something totally different. Yeah, see, Marty's got Google and Amazon. Wow, Marty. A little overkill. All right, it is so good to be with you guys. Always remember, if you are looking for some of the best social media training around, you always go to the host of this group, which is Fallon Zoe. You can always scroll up to the very, very top of our page. Fallon has an organic blueprint for how to grow your business, so please make sure you download that. If you have never visited the Lady Tribe before, please check out Lady Tribe page. Fallon is constantly on 10 a.m. Eastern Central Time, Monday through Friday, and she has got some amazing things. As a matter of fact, this week, she is working on pages and helping you with pages. Facebook has made some huge changes over the last 3 weeks, and Fallon's going to help you get all connected, doing the right things with that. So, I'm going to let you go for this evening. I look forward to seeing you guys next week. We're going to be talking about organizing our content, talking about themes and styles. And kind of another plug for Fallon, if you are looking to find out when the best days to post these certain themes and styles are, she does have a course on her website, ladytribe.com, and you'll want to check that out. It is an amazing course, but we're just going to talk about how to organize those themes and those styles. So I look forward to talking to you next Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll talk to you really soon. Bye-bye.